8th grade. It is Tuesday, March 31st. I hope you're doing well. Yesterday's video, hopefully it was helpful with Monday's homework. I hope today's video helps you too. We are still working on polynomials, kind of an introduction to them. I tried to pull out the major items that you're going to see on your homework. First thing you want to notice is you need to know the difference between a monomial, a binomial, and a trinomial. All right, anything that has one term is considered a monomial. All right, remember mono means one, okay? Binomial is anything that has two terms. So here's an example over here. We can see it's two terms because it's separated by this minus sign in between. A trinomial, because it starts with tri, is a three term, and we can see it over here. 2m to the 5th n squared, then we have a plus sign, 4m to the 3rd n, followed by another plus sign, and then we have our constant of 7. So here are our three terms. Part of your homework, you will need to be able to list the difference between these three. All right, the next part of your homework talks about the degree. Okay, the degree of a polynomial is the greatest degree of any of its terms after you combine like terms. Okay, so take a look here. Basically, what we're going to be doing is adding the exponents of each term, and then we need to find the term that has the greatest number, and that will be your degree of the polynomial. I also noticed on your homework that they will give you some just integers. All right, these are constants, and constants always have a degree of 0. So if they give you the number -7, you would say the degree is equal to 0. All right, so any number that does not have a variable attached to it is called a constant, and the degree is equal to 0. So if we look at these two examples, x to the 3rd y plus x to the 3rd y to the 2nd plus x to the 3rd y to the 4th. Okay, first of all, we would say it's a trinomial because it has three terms. It would have a degree of 7. All right, the way I got 7 is if you look at our first term, the exponent is 3, and on the y, the hidden exponent would be a 1. All right, so on our first term, the degree is 4. Our next term, the x has a 3, the y has a 2. When you add them together, we get 5. So for this part of it, the degree is 5. On our last term, the x is 3, the y is 4. When we add them together, we get 7. So the degree of this entire polynomial is you take the highest exponent number, and that is the degree. Right? Since 7 is our highest, we would say the degree of this trinomial would be 7. Okay, the next one is -x to the 5th minus 2x to the 3rd plus 15x plus 5. Okay, in our first term, our exponent is 5. Our second term has an exponent of 3. The 15x, okay, the exponent is hidden. It would just be to the first power. And here's our constant. Okay, we would say the degree for the constant would be 0. So when we compare the degrees of our 4 different terms, 5 is our highest number, so we would say this polynomial, the degree is equal to 5. All right, now the last skill that they want us to work on is writing our polynomials in what they call standard form. Now, this is not the standard form, which was ax plus by equals c. What this means is we are rewriting the polynomial in descending order of degrees after combining the like terms. Right? So if you look at this first one, we have 4k squared minus 2 plus 11k to the third minus 14k to the third. Okay. First thing we have to do is combine like terms. Right? So we have an 11k to the third and a negative 14k to the third. When we combine those two, right, I'll circle them. When we combine those two, it turns into a negative 3k to the third. Right. Now, they want us to rewrite them in order of their degrees, with the highest degree being listed first, and then going down all the way to 0. Right, so I've rewrote this one, so negative 3k to the third is the first, because it has a degree of 3. Then I listed 4k to the second next because it would have a degree of 2. And then negative 2 would be last because constants have a degree of 0. So standard form means that your exponents are going in decreasing order of degree. Okay, let's do one more example. So negative 3x squared plus 5x minus 9x to the fifth plus x squared plus 5. Okay, first thing you need to do is to combine like terms. So I have a negative 3x squared. Let me put a 1 in here. And I have a plus 1x squared. So I combine them to get negative 2x squared. All right. All my other terms do not have a like term, so I brought them down. I brought down the 5x, the minus 9x to the fifth, and the plus 5. Okay, now I need to write them in standard form. So negative 9x to the fifth was listed first because this term has a degree of 5. Negative 2x squared comes next because it has a degree of 2. Then comes 5x, which has a degree of 1 because the exponent is hidden. And then my constant 5 is listed last because constants have a degree of 0. So this is in standard form. Right? If the book were to ask you what is the degree of this entire polynomial, we would see the entire polynomial has a degree that's equal to 5. All right? You just choose the highest degree for the entire polynomial, right? And that is the degree. We do not add the degrees together. We just pick the highest one. All right, so 8th grade. Use this video, use your book as a reference, right? Use your big book as a reference for examples. There's also examples in your homework book. Do your work on a separate sheet of paper. Put your answers into the Google document and make sure you turn it into me. This is going to be kind of tricky because you're going to have to show exponents on a Google document. So I put in the directions, you're going to have to use the caret symbol to show me where the exponents should be. And then tomorrow, I think we're heading on to the next level of polynomials where we're going to be talking about adding and subtracting. Have a good day, and I hope you and your family stay safe. Thank you.